Merle was not supposed to become one of the most dominant alpine skiers in history, at least not in the way her journey unfolded. Born in a small town in France in 1964, she grew up surrounded by mountains that seemed both inviting and unforgiving. The Alps were not just a backdrop to her childhood. They were a constant presence, shaping her resilience long before she ever stepped onto a professional slope. As a young girl, skiing was less about ambition and more about freedom. She would glide down snowy paths with a natural ease, her movements instinctive rather than trained, her confidence quiet but undeniable. In those early years, there was nothing glamorous about her path. Training conditions were often harsh, resources were limited, and the expectations placed on young athletes in her environment were not particularly high. Yet there was something different about her approach. While others focused on speed alone, she developed a deep understanding of balance, control, and timing. She learned to read the snow, to anticipate how each turn would respond beneath her skis. This subtle awareness would later become one of her greatest strengths. Her entry into competitive skiing was gradual rather than explosive. She did not burst onto the scene as an instant prodigy. Instead, she climbed her way up through persistence and steady improvement. Early competitions were filled with both promise and frustration. She showed flashes of brilliance, but consistency eluded her. There were races where she performed exceptionally well, followed by others where small mistakes cost her valuable time. For many athletes, this inconsistency becomes a breaking point, but for her, it became a lesson in patience. As she moved into higher levels of competition, the pressure intensified. The world of alpine skiing is unforgiving, where fractions of a second can determine victory or defeat. It was here that she began to refine not only her physical skills, but also her mental approach. She understood that success in skiing was not just about strength or technique, but about composure under pressure. She trained herself to remain calm at the starting gate, to focus entirely on the course ahead, shutting out distractions and doubt. Her breakthrough did not come overnight. It was the result of years of quiet, hard work, of pushing through setbacks that might have discouraged others. Injuries, which are almost inevitable in such a demanding sport, tested her determination. Each time she fell, whether literally on the slope or figuratively in her career, she found a way to rise again. These moments of adversity shaped her into a more complete athlete, one who understood both the fragility and the power of her own abilities. When she finally began to make her mark on the international stage, it was clear that she had evolved into something exceptional. Her performances in giant slalom in particular stood out. There was a precision to her skiing that set her apart. She navigated gates with a fluidity that made difficult courses appear almost effortless. Spectators often described her runs as controlled yet aggressive, a rare combination that allowed her to push limits without losing stability. The late 1980s and early 1990s became the defining period of her career. During this time, she achieved a level of dominance that few athletes ever reach. Season after season, she delivered performances that placed her at the top of the standings. Her consistency, once a weakness, had transformed into one of her greatest assets. She was no longer the skier who occasionally shone. She was the one others had to beat. Winning overall World Cup titles was not just a testament to her skill, but to her endurance and focus over an entire season. Unlike single race victories, these titles required sustained excellence across different conditions and courses. She proved that she could adapt, whether the snow was icy, soft, or unpredictable. Her ability to maintain high performance regardless of circumstances made her a formidable competitor. Despite her success, she remained grounded. There was a quiet determination in her demeanor, a sense that she was always striving for improvement rather than resting on past achievements. This mindset kept her competitive even as new talents emerged in the sport. She understood that staying at the top required constant evolution, both physically and mentally. Her journey was not without moments of disappointment. The Olympic Games, often considered the pinnacle of athletic achievement, presented challenges that did not always align with her dominance in the World Cup circuit. While she achieved significant success, there were times when the results did not fully reflect her capabilities. Yet even in these moments, she demonstrated grace and resilience. She accepted the unpredictability of sport, recognizing that not every race would go as planned. As her career progressed, she began to reflect on the broader meaning of her journey. Skiing had given her more than titles and medals. It had shaped her character. It had taught her discipline, patience, and the importance of perseverance. These lessons extended beyond the slopes, influencing how she approached life itself. Retirement from competitive skiing marked the end of one chapter, but not the end of her connection to the sport. Like many great athletes, she carried her experiences forward, becoming a source of inspiration for future generations. Her story served as a reminder that success is rarely immediate, that greatness is often built through years of unseen effort. Looking back, her journey can be understood as a balance between talent and determination. While she possessed natural ability, it was her work ethic and mental strength that truly defined her career. She transformed early inconsistency into lasting excellence, proving that growth is possible with the right mindset. There is something deeply human in her story. It is not just about winning races or breaking records, but about the process of becoming. It is about facing challenges, learning from failures, and continuing to move forward even when the path is uncertain. Her time on the slopes may have been measured in seconds and standings, but the impact of her journey extends far beyond those numbers. In the end, Carole Merle's legacy is not only that of a champion skier, but of an individual who embodied resilience and quiet strength. Her journey reminds us that success is not defined solely by moments of victory, but by the persistence that leads to them.